Good morning, traders. Let's get to this CPI report, and it's coming in. It's coming in, guys. And I will let you guys know I'm in a trade also. So if you see me managing a trade, well, you know what's going on, guys. This one, I gotta say, I'm caught a little bit in this one. So hopefully the SPY move right now helps it out. Look at the SPY rip here to the upside. 598.22's big push there. We'll see what happened with the inflation report here, but good action on the first pop here. Looking to see if my stock can come back. Stuck in THAR. Was in a smaller name earlier too. Trying to push the account on the limited account because it's at before this trade, right? It was at 945. So trying my best to push it to that next level. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we can come up with. All right, let's take a look here. 213. I'm looking at my stock trying to bounce back. CPI came in here at 0.2 estimate, prior 0.2. The core month over month at 0.3. Everything pretty much in line. Everything in line. Yeah, everything in line, guys. So there was a core spike, right? It's not a big spike. It's 0.2, but this was an expected one. Right. So everything in line. Hey, market's coming right back to the upside here. So let's see what happens. See if it can continue to climb. See if it can catch the 9 EMA pullback back towards 597s. Getting some alert here. LAC on the alert. So we'll continue to watch that stock on the sideline here. But definitely, got to have the alert set there if you guys are looking for types of moves like that. So I'll be watching for that nice little daily level. If that can start to get back above, let's say the 430s, we'll definitely be looking to trade LAC today. And just trying to get some money back in the limited account. You guys can see I'm down right now big in THAR. Got in this thing. And this was a little bit of a hard trade because I actually made a mistake here, got out, and then got back in. So that's the hardest part about this one. I think that I need to be looking into how I can best kind of next time maybe take a second there, because there was a little bit of some confusion. And once I got through the confusion, one thing to know is that this $62 in the green, it's in the green, but it was too fast of a trade. So it's not going to count. This is actually going to get negated. So I'm not at 900. I'm closer towards like 800 on the profits. We'll see what happens, guys. Trying to stay in there with THAR. Can I hang in there? Find out, guys. All right, SPY trying to make a lift back up there. Let's go to the Qs and Tesla, different names like that. That's what made me my money yesterday in the limited account. I actually had too much money at one point, was able to take the money out on this TSLL short yesterday. We'll see. You could see it collapsed around the kind of 12 o'clock. We'll see now it's trying to make its way back. It's actually pushing back here towards the upside and doesn't look bad, especially if the Qs can kind of push towards the upside also today. Get back into the bullish sense, right? So we'll be seeing if this is just a fake out right now. You can see the Qs trying to come back here. Yesterday, we did collapse underneath this kind of 512s, and we went down to 510. We'll see if we come back below the 512 today. That's going to be another sign to watch. Can we cut 512 later today? If we don't, I can stay in the bullish tune and we can look for some bullish stocks, some nice bullish plays, right? So we'll see what happens here. Q's kind of holding in on a little bit of a flag after that 830 print. Can it hold this little flag and then make the move to the upside? We'll find out right here on the Q's. And definitely, we can take a look at different action in the market there. And you can see already the bullishness coming back towards that 513. So we could be right back towards 514s. And I know some stocks pulled back significantly. We can take a look to see if we can jump on those on the way back up, right? I think even App Loving took a hit yesterday. Let's take a look. It wasn't that much of a hit. This one did pull back, but already back towards the top end. What about another big mover like IonQ, man? This is already coming back, already starting to push there towards 2440s, 2450s. What a monster this stock has been. We'll see if it's able to push through the 25 today. Let's go to Palantir. That's another monster, right? This thing's up there towards 60, pulled back yesterday, but right back up. So I think we got to continue to watch to see how much this rally can really move. But right now, it's looking good, at least for the time being, based on the numbers that we just got. So we'll see what happens at the gates. Do we get a pullback? Is this just a fake to the upside? I'll tell you one thing. It's getting some bulls. and definitely getting their attention. All right. We'll see what else is trading out there, guys. I'm looking around to see what I can get into. It's a tough day out there for me right now as I'm trying to manage this THAR trade. We'll talk a little bit about the playbook now that we got CPI to come in. And that's the hard part, right? Doing a playbook when you have CPI, things change, right? At this point, I would even say my playbook is almost like a non-play now. And that's a lot on this action. Now, if the SPY starts coming back, I can pay attention to that. We'll talk a little bit about the sectors and industries that have been moving. You guys in the chat, let me know what's going on out there, traders. I don't see too many comments. Maybe it's just my thing not catching the comments, but what's going on out there, traders? Say hello. It's good to see you guys out there. We need to get some more traders in here. What's up, man? Oh, man, got to keep pushing it, guys. All right, we'll see what else is out there. You guys do me the favor, smash the like. See if I can get back into this THAR. It's really close to stopping me out, but I'm just trying to battle here, guys. Earlier today, I was trading ENSC, and on this one, I got to say that I just didn't take the cash, guys. I played this ride up. I got in there at the 80s, got close to the $1 breakout. Should have sold at the $1 at the 99 cents there. I was looking for 103, and that's where I get a little frustrated because it was only about 3 cents off from where I wanted to sell out. Didn't get out, and then I got this one to come out but break even. So you guys can see it here. I tell you guys how it is. 80 cents, ended up getting out right at the 80 cents. But man, for a point there, I was looking good. I was up like 200 looking for the 230 and was pushing the account. Of course, this is the limited account, guys, and you guys have heard all about the limited account, and I'm going to keep going after these because I think the limited accounts is where it's at, man. And we'll continue to watch to see what other names kind of continue to move. But yeah, I'm continuing the battle. I'll show you guys it right now on where I'm at here in the limited account. And it was really close, guys. I'm really close. I'm trying my best to get to the funded here, guys. So take a look here at my results, and you guys can see it. It was a quick push yesterday. Big trade, as big as it gets, guys. A nice 66 winner yesterday on TSLL on the short side. You can see I got out there a little bit there. We'll see what happens. I think this trade duration is less than 30 seconds, so it's not going to work. So what I'm really at is the 885, not the 945. 945 is what it says on my account, but that's just a kind of a little bit of a cushion. And I'm going to continue to battle. I'm trying to get there towards the 1350. This is not that far away, guys. Will we get it here? Only one way to find out. Got to keep pushing, guys. The stream is choppy. Want to watch, but not possible. I heard that we're having a lot of issues right now with StreamYard. So, guys, that's one thing that I heard from multiple streamers out there. So, that's one thing that I will tell you guys. That I heard that we were having some issues. So, if we are chopping out, please let me know in the chat because I will do anything I can to make it work, right? If I need to start over again, whatever I need to do, just let me know, guys. And we're going to keep battling, right? Because you guys see it. This isn't the only one, right? I, of course, have other accounts that we can keep talking about. I have my main account, right? That I'm just battling, going back and forth, guys. Let's take a look here at the main account and see how that's working. And you can see it here, guys. You can see the back and forth. You can see how I'm going up towards 1,300, going down towards maybe even 1,400, and just battling. Right now, I'm in the green, but it's not big, right? It's nothing massive. Was able to bounce back yesterday. But the risk to return is what I like. At least it's sticking towards my 3-to-1 outlook. So my results are at least telling me that I'm at least trading the way that I want to trade, right? We'll take a look at some different action there. But best stock, of course, VXX. The best day was actually on the right before Halloween. So look at the success rate, 26%. Yes, I'm still in the green. So that's just all about profit to loss ratio and trying to stick in there with the 3-to-1. We'll see if we can get up there. And of course, yesterday, you look at this, guys, was able to bounce back with another 13.25 win. And that's the important part, right? It's going to be tough taking some of these smaller hits here. And you can see yesterday, we were taking some of the hits down. But then when I win, if I can win like this at 1,300, and above, like towards the $1,000 win. And you can see it here, just even the day prior, same thing, a nice little bounce back win on IonQ later after taking a hit, right? I took this 540 hit 118 hit, and then bounce back 890. So I think it's just going to be a matter of trying to find how can I battle within the size, right? How can I battle within the sizing up? And that's what it's all about. And you guys can see me battling there and trying to keep going to the next level. Definitely smash the like. We'll see what else is out there today for me. We'll see if we're able to bounce back in some of these stocks. This ENSE is still on the watch, guys. I want to put this on the radar because the 1 hour chart and the daily chart look beautiful to me. This could get back above $1 and actually break above that, but we need to see it actually make a push here out the gates. I'll be looking for a push towards 85, and that's what's going to really get the interest going when it gets back above the VWAP in the 5-minute MACD, right? So we'll see, man. I'm even working on trying to work on some coded action out there. We'll see what else I can get into. I've been trying to code some strategies to kind of show you guys some different action there and maybe get something to kind of explain a little bit more, but we're working on some education in the background. I'm excited to really kind of tell you guys more about that, but let's keep it going. What's up out there, traders? Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know out there. Curtis, what's going on? I know that a lot of people are saying that the stream was kind of chopping in and out. So we'll take a look at the action out there. It's another bright day here. Got a fresh cut, ready to go ahead and hopefully keep cutting up this market and making some money because that's what we're here for. All right, let's take a look here. We'll see if CHAR can start to bounce back. And this is where I got to play here, and I'm trying to hang in there, man. Trying to hang in there. Just looking to see if this can start to bounce back and the spread at least going wide towards like 220s here. I'm trying to get filled closer towards 202, $2 spot here, if any, on any pullback, and then really looking for the push to the upside. I think, right now, I think that, I'm just hanging in there just because it's 45 in the green, but normally this would already trigger and get out, kind of stop me out there. I need a nice little push above the 220s, start to go towards the 230s. If I can get that push towards the 230s, I'm ready to get out at the 234. I need to get out on this one. Even if it pops to like 250, I'll just take whatever cash I can get and get out here, especially towards the open. Just need a little pop there. THAR. Well, come on, man. Come back a little bit. This thing trapped me. And look at the 15-minute. It's a big trap there. It was all the way up there to 314. I mean, if it goes back up there, yeah, we're golden. We've made the account essentially. So let's see what happens here. Now the momentum coming in on the MACD, it can start to make the move. Let's see if we can get it to start making the move. Let's say 210 and then start to push. That's really what I need to see. I need to see it do a first move to like 214, then really quickly 220s, 240s, 260s. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. Wake up out there. How we doing out there, traders? RKLB rocketing yesterday. Rocket Labs rocketing. Interesting, right? Well, look at it now. It looks a little bit like a head and shoulders since this morning, and you can see it on the after hours. This is kind of like your head action. This is like your right hand shoulder here, and then you got your left hand shoulder right over here. It doesn't look good there for Rocket Labs. I think it just went a little bit too far on the earnings, and it ran into the earnings. So now it could be pulling back here on the daily. You can see how this is a little bit extended away from the Bollinger Bands. Could be coming back to 15 today. So if we do get some downside action, or just seeing the pullback, this is one that I can look at. RKB, Rocket Labs, big mover. We'll see if it starts to pull back. Let's get to some of the Sunrise report. I got some different action out there, catching up with you guys in the chat. I know that someone said that the stream was choppy. I hope it isn't. And if you're watching out there, you can throw a comment for me and just let me know that the stream's doing all right. It'd be good to hear it at least. I'm over here wondering. I don't want to try to listen in on myself, but it's good to hear from you guys out there. Let's keep it going. Let's see what else is out there. Let's see where we can come up with the money today and where the cash is moving right now. Microvast is moving. NVST. So we'll see if we can get this to start to cash up there. But definitely Microvast with a little lift off that 50 cents now and starting to make a day two move up there towards 51 cents. Can it get there to 60? That's the next stop We'll see if it starts to work its way back up there. Now getting a test here on THAR. Where is this one going to go here? We'll find out, guys. Find out. It's down towards a 203, 201 here. All right, 205 there. Trying to go ahead and try to get a little fill here towards like 202. Get about 300 shares more here. On the bid right now at the 203, trying to get filled, add a little bit to this. Let's see if it starts to work its way back. Honestly, on this one, I feel like I got caught. This is one of those where it just got caught, man. Just got caught looking, didn't really look too much at the daily chart, looked more at the intraday chart, watched the action on the pullback, actually made an error, shorted it, made some money, but it was too fast of a trade. And that's another thing. If I had that cash, at least I could really use it. But this one might be a little bit of a learning lesson on the day. And that's how it goes, right? Right when you're trying to get the account, you're going to get that learning lesson. And on ENSC, we could have got a lot closer, right? So I think that's what I should have done, just taking that cash today. Would have had that $200. Then when we take a hit here, we're able to keep battling, right? But ENSC is starting to prop here at the 81 cents, starting to look a little bit better. I'd keep an eye out on this one, as at least for the penny names. I think this one has some interesting, and it got a lot of volume in the 78, and it's tried to hold on the pullbacks there. So 78 is your support right now. We'll look to see if it makes a move to $1 and above. Daily looks a lot better on this one. We'll see if it can make the move above the $1. And it's been above the $1 before, right? So let's see if it can make that move. Let's say going towards, let's say 125, 150, maybe top outlook. Stream is fine. Thank you, Steve. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. All right. Working good here. All right. Good to hear it in the chat. All right. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at some other ones. BTCT up again. All right. We'll take a look at that action. BTCT, not a bad one there. Let me go ahead and fix my mic here. It's one of those days. All right. There you go, guys. Sorry about that. Had to fix the mic there. All right, we'll see if this ENSC can get going. It's not a bad one here. I would love to play it. And for some reason, if I get cut out of the limited account today, what I'll do is I'll try to play this on the main account because I do like the way the setup is there. BTCT just started to move there on my scanner. So there it is up there towards the 1090s, 11 available here. Will it get the push? And the way that the market's going right now, this one does look a lot better today. Will we get the run now? Q's now starting to pull back, though. It went up there to 514 right before the bell now, right before 9 a.m. Now we're getting a little bit of some downside. So we'll see what happens out there. Looking to see if this THAR will start moving. The Qs are starting to drop, and the VIX could start to take back towards the upside. It did take a hard hit to the downside with that CPI print. So we'll see if things start going back to the upside. Let's get to the Sunrise report, go through some of those names, and then we'll take a look at what's going on out there. All right, so Dish is fighting here. Of course, Dish is DirecTV's own. It bought Dish, right? So DirecTV is separated and it's buying Dish, but that order now got actually hit there. I wonder how AT&T is reacting on this. It's getting a little bit bounced there. We'll see if AT&T can get a move here. But really what it is that the potential acquisition, right, is likely off the table as bondholders rejected the $10 billion debt assumption offer. So DirecTV and Dish merger, no more. Now let's go to the better news here. I think a more important news, which is Rivian. Rivian with some important news out there today, and looks like Volkswagen doubled down in here. Volkswagen and Rivian joint venture swells to $5.8 billion as Rivian shares jump 13% in after hours. First VW models using Rivian's tech could arrive by 2027. So essentially, if Volkswagen is willing to invest in Rivian, if Amazon is willing to invest in Rivian, I'll tell you one thing. Money Mitch is willing to invest in Rivian. I don't have money right now, but I can tell you guys, I'm going to be looking at this one. And I think this is one to take a look at for a long-term opportunity. And I talked about how the volume was already moving here when it was at 10. And that was just a little while ago. We drew this here on November 8th. And that's when we were looking at it just a couple days ago as it started to move here on Friday. And now look where it's at. It's already up here 12%, starting to make the move. Really nice bottoming chart. This is the type of chart that your institutionals can get after, that your bigger money managers can get after. I'd be looking for pullbacks back towards the 90 MA, maybe back towards 11, but looking good here, Rivian. And if Tesla's going to make a big move, I think Rivian is one definitely to keep the eyes out for. So we'll see what happens there with Rivian if it can keep making a nice push. Amgen is getting a little bit of a battle. It got a big hit yesterday, and you can see it at the 3 p.m. So pretty much it slid after trial data of its MariTide showed a 4% bone density loss at its highest dose. So that's not a good thing, guys. Bone density is very important to your overall health. So that Amgen weight loss drug might not be good for you. And honestly, these weight loss drugs, I don't want to get into conversation, but I just don't know about these, man. And overall, brand new drugs are always have higher scrutiny, right? So we'll see what happens there, but definitely continuing the downside action. And this is not good news at all, guys. I think that you got to watch for potential bigger downside coming into Amgen. And this also has to do with overall Trump administration. He does not like the big names. He's going to be liking some of the smaller names. And yeah, you'll be bringing your lobbyists to the White House, trying to make sure that things start to get back in your favor. But I don't feel so good about that. Spike pulling back here, 597s. We'll see if it holds. It went to the 598. Taking a look at that action there. Continuing to hold this THAR. We'll see what happens towards the gate. Maybe I can hang on and get some type of price spike to get out of this. That's all I'm trying to do is just manage the loss there. OKLO. Will this one make another push? This one's strong right now, utility name, and it's been strong on the daily. It's had a couple of chances to get back through 28. Big shot today to hold on 25 and get through 28. All right, we'll look here. Sound is getting the hit on the downside. That's pulled back to 665. So if you guys were looking for the AI names on that one, that's not a good one. What about TEM? Hanging in there. All right, well, Spirit Airlines, guys, we were just looking at this play, and I was even looking at it on the bullish sense, thinking that maybe the merger could go through. Maybe they could figure it out. Well, here it comes in. Wall Street Journal says that they were talking about the merger, and now they said that the potential merger with Frontier fell through again. So if talks fail here, they're in talks with an advanced creditor trying to boost liquidity for Spirit Airlines. It's in danger here, guys. It's down to 125, though. I think at some point, maybe this is a turnaround story where you can take like just what I call lotto money. But to tell you the truth, at least trading it, it's going to be very hard with these headline risk kind of moves. There's BTCT now really kind of continuing to climb. We were just looking at that one, and look at the climb now, 1239. And this looks good, guys. This looks good. This is pushing strong here. Now 1260s. Look at the move there off of 12 towards the 13s. Starting to really break out is BTCT. Look at the action on the 15-minute. This tells me look for maybe some sympathy in the Bitcoin names. So let's go taking a look at Mara. Let's go take a look at CleanSpark. They should all start looking pretty good here. And they're all getting the lift right now. So let's see what actually continues to push. Riot is another one, right? Hive. There's so many crypto names, right? I mean, you can take a look at tons of them. MSTR, of course, your more expensive one. Can that get to push towards 367? I'll tell you one thing. All the Bitcoin names are on the upside. I definitely don't want to be shorting Bitcoin today, at least. So we'll see what happens if we maybe play the upside there. BTCS is another one that's starting to get going. This one, of course, not as fast as your BTCT, but very similar charts, similar patterns, play out similarly. And so you can see this now starting to kind of load in here. The 290s looking good. I would love to see a 280s pullback, especially towards the open on this. But BTCS looking like it wants 3. We'll see if it gets up there. It was just up there a second ago. All right, now starting to get a little lift there in THAR. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a push higher. I don't want to add into this thing right now because it's not going to help me too much. I needed to kind of get that real push back towards 234. We'll see what happens on that one. That's just one that I'm trying to manage that I'm stuck in. All right, we'll take a look at some different stocks out there. LUNR doing well. JetBlue bouncing back today. Mullen was moving even. So definitely I'm seeing Palantir up good. And of course, SOXS was just up there, and we'll see how it continues. It's starting to bounce a little bit. I think we're getting a little bit of some shakedown now. The Q's coming a little bit further right back towards that 512. We talked about how it pushed above it. 512 is going to be a watch today on that Q's. It could go right back towards a red kind of tape. Tesla. Will Tesla continue to the upside, or will we start to pull back to the 90 MA? Still capable of pulling back a little bit further. It's just going to be a wait and see kind of thing there. I'm seeing CONL, another one, of course, Granite Shares has been making a big push to the upside. We'll see if we get a continued push there. All right, looking around to see what else is making a big move. How's RKLB now? Rocket Labs. Rocket Labs getting a little bounce there. A little bounce back towards the 1830s. So not looking too bad right now as it starts to really start to climb back there. Not bad. Not bad. Well, if the market goes red, I could look for Rocket Lab short. We'll see what happens, right? It's not a bad one to keep an eye out for. All right, just going to continue to watch to see if I can get any type of price spike in that THAR to get out. I see offers up there, but nothing enough to get it up there. We'll see if we get a spike. All right, let's go ahead. Starbucks getting downgraded here, and that's the last one on the report. And you guys keep throwing up stocks in the chat. Redburn Atlantic downgrading Starbucks to sell, citing potential setbacks in recovery despite a growth-focused turnaround. So Starbucks, we'll see what happens with that. It is starting to pull back there. You can see how it took the hit this morning on the open. And I think this is also a China outlook, guys. What's going to happen in China? I talked about how it is more important on the turnaround story for Starbucks, not on the US, but more on China. If China doesn't do well, guess what? I could see this filling the gap on the downside. So I know this looks bullish, but this could be filling this gap on the downside. So I'm going to make this red and look out for it. We'll see if it's able to go ahead and fill that back towards the downside. And this would be more because China and Trump administration, and then you're coming down as you were just looking like you were going to break out, because it looks like you were just going to break out towards 100. The bulls could be caught at 100, and today this just drops fast towards like 95. A close towards 95 would be very scary for the bulls, and that tells me that you could be seeing a turnaround. All right, time to catch up with some chat comments here. Let's see what we got out there. Platform won't let me trade the RKLB. The same thing as it would be halted. Yeah, the thing is it had earnings, right? So RKLB will reopen up at some point, right? I think right when the open comes, you should be able to trade it again. So wait till the open. You're not going to be able to trade it in the pre-market. You got to wait till the open. You can see mine's halted too. So that's because it had earnings. So wait for the open there at 9:30. That should go and open up. So that's what I would be looking for. All right, my account traded on its own yesterday. Sorry, TSLL. It doesn't allow me to pull the stock up at all. Why not? Turd trader, you should definitely be able to pull it up, man. Just be careful, like kind of putting it in. It's sometimes like make sure that you see like something pop up with an EQ, and then you should be able to click on it. If you're not being able to find it, hey, reach out to our customer service team to let them know that's the ticker I'm trying to find. Is it a ticker we have available? They'll let you know. I mean, for me, it works, so that's all I could say. KXIN. Yeah, I watched that one break through 4, and man, I should have just jumped on this one. But I was in the ENSSC when this one started to make the move. So I wasn't able to get this one when it started to break through 4. I saw it right here at kind of like the 350 pullback, and I was like, okay, doesn't look too bad. It's holding that 340s. The key was the spread was 355 by 340, so it was a big spread here. But then when it started to click towards, like, let's say 375, I was like, okay, this looks better now. Maybe taking the shot off like 360s for the 4 break, and boom, 4 came, and it went fast to 5. Went fast all the way up there to like 525s, pulled back to the VWAP. Now making another move here up there towards 585 and continuing to hold. It's almost up to 6. What a big move there on that KXIN. And this is a good sweet time, guys. So for these penny names, I like between 6:30 and 7 a.m. Looking for the movers there. Oh yeah, I start looking for any stock popping, and then I watch to see how the stock looks. Got to make quick assessments, but that's a pattern trade right there that you can look for. All right, we'll see what other ones are out there. Clean Spark about to go daily candle over candle. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit weird on that Clean Spark chart. What can't I trade? Is that TALL or TSLL? So just make sure that you got the right one there. And that's important there. All right, looking around, seeing how the SPY's trading. We're getting that bounce around the level that I was looking at, which was the 597. We talked about it. Would it pull back to around the 90 MA and then recover? It's right around that, right around the VWAP too. So important level here at the 597. You cut back below this low, and that's where you got to be careful. That's where it's like danger station today. Qs overall, you guys can see the action. Qs back down towards 512s, but bouncing. As long as they don't break 512s, I think we continue to look to see what's going on the upside. Of course, I might not have it right there, but that's what I'm watching. I'm watching that 512. Why? Because that was an important level yesterday on the trend line. We can reject that today and then come back down. That could be a move to 513.50s, and then it comes back down. But right now, it looks like you're bouncing out of this and want to make an approach back towards the 514s or 515s. If that happens, then you're on the upside breakout approach. So I think you keep taking a look. I think it was pretty easy yesterday to play the downside, and now today you can bounce right back. HIMS is one to watch for upside action. It's already making the move, guys. Why is this one going to the upside? Well, this is more about what I talked to you about in healthcare. So right now, one of the things that is being expected upon is that Trump is going to be very hard on the big drug manufacturers and is going to create deregulation in the space, allowing for smaller biotechs and smaller plays like HIMS and HERS Health to go ahead and continue growing. Why? Because they'll make it easier for them to go ahead and give you more of that in the mail prescription service, right? Because that's what happens here. And HIMS has a lot of subscribers. It's grown significantly, and it's been an actual big move here, guys. This is one that I look back and I'm like, man, this should have been an investment. This was something that was down at $3 in 2022. It was prescription in the mail. So look at it. And they really turned things around, and they're doing really well. If you take a look at it, we're going back towards all-time highs and pushing above it and holding. So look for a pullback maybe to that all-time high, which was back at 25. Now, of course, you got new highs, but this is not a bad one to watch, guys. We'll see if it can really kind of make the lift. HIMS pushing strong right now to 28.75. All right, looking around out there, there was a correction on core CPI, 3.3 prior, 3.3. Kashkari says, not yet seeing a lot of upside inflation risk. Bigger risk is getting stuck. Risk existed before the election, need to watch the data. Kashkari said, not ready to say inflation is stuck above 2%. Labor market is softening. We are in a good place in the labor market and want to keep it there. Have two-way risk. Kashkari says his CPI headline confirms path we are on. Still, there is 6 weeks before the Fed's next meeting, with more data to come. Inflation heading in the right direction. All right, we'll see what else is out there. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what else I got up there, up my sleeve here. It's 9:06. Still trying to battle that THAR. About to I just want any kind of pop to get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. So you know how it is, man. We'll see what happens. Definitely got to keep battling. Got to keep battling. All right, we'll see what else we got up our sleeve today. Can I get a little spike in THAR? Looking around, guys. Sorry, I'm just dealing with a little bit of some messaging out there. Got to keep it battling. Got to keep battling out there. Boo-roo. Looking around at the spikes out there that are moving. BTCT still moving out there, guys. 1268 now. BTCT. Trying to go for the 13 push. Man, this is a strong move there, guys. So we're going to look to see what happens in Mara, but Mara already breaking 24 back, and 24 was my area yesterday for the wash. Now it's a recovery. Can Bitcoin get to 90K today? I think that's what you got to also watch, the Bitcoin price overall. We're seeing a spike today and a spike yesterday. So let's see if we can get a spike, guys. I think we got to keep watching for it. Mara, can they go higher today? I'll be watching some of these crypto names. BTBT, another one, a smaller one to look at, right? It pulled back yesterday, hasn't made the lift off today. So if these other Bitcoin ones are going to make a big lift, this one's a smaller name, but could still get right back towards the 570 and continue on the daily trend that it's on. It's a nice little breakout in BTBT. You got HUT. Blue 42 said HUT on a little bit of a 15-minute pullback at the 2450s. Will it go back to 26 in the pre-market? 25.98. It was up there. That's not a bad little profit target, right? I mean, you're talking what, $1.47 on the up end, and to the support about $1.11. So not too bad there. We'll see if it starts to really get going there on HUT. Nice little pattern here that it could take the high here, the 2484s, and start to move. All right, we'll see what happens on Bitcoin today. Will it get a nice little spike and get back up there to the 90,000? All right, looking at Zim up today. Zim's shipping. So the shippers actually have been getting a nice little lift here, guys. This is a trade that you're not hearing too much about because, of course, this is kind of more to do with the Middle East situation and kind of Iran not letting certain like kind of tankers go through. So shipping has gotten more and more expensive. And I think that that's where the inflation, the sneaky inflation, can come through. Situations like that get worse, and all of a sudden we could see more inflation there. But 25 here on this recovery could be going to 26 and higher. This is an interesting play on Zim. All right, taking a look around. What else you guys got out there? Zoom, USD falling, traders, watch out. We'll see what happens there. Appreciate the love, man. Yeah, man, I needed a haircut. Guys, it's been tough. It's been tough. It's been tough, Mohit. If you guys don't know, of course, I have twins, and they're young. They're only 8 months They're only 8 months old, right? So, man, you guys have no idea. These guys mess me up. You guys see me with scratches, man? Dude, these guys mess me up right now. So I was able to sneak out and get a haircut yesterday. And boy, at least feeling good. Got to look good. Got to bounce back in this trade, Mohit. Got to bounce back. Limited is right within reach. Got to get that limited. Got to get that funding. I'm trying, team. There's one thing that's certain, guys. You guys see me trying every single day. Let's get it, Vic. All right, BTCT going parabolic now. Yeah, man, that thing is just like on the spike kind of city. Oh, you ain't lying, Shane. You ain't lying. Look at the move there. We were just watching it at 12. It just did a 25% spike. 25% spike. Now, there is one thing, though. Be certain, guys. There is some times where stocks move so much that you can't trade them. So you got to wait for this one to kind of die down a little bit. But towards the bell, look for quick pullbacks on the hourly. That's what I'm going to be watching for on BTCT. This is already up at the hourly resistance, which is 16. I'd be looking for pullbacks back towards, it's crazy to think it, but I look at resistance. So resistance to the left here. Can we come back to 1266? That is ways away, guys. 1640 is already breaking the high there. Can we keep going? The high right there on the farthest reach was 17. So there's still reach there. It's going to be interesting to watch this one out the gates, guys. BTCT. What a move, guys. What a move. It's 9:12, guys. We're almost to the bell. Time to get some coffee, man. Need to wake up. Let's go. Got to battle back today. I'm just trying to get out. Like, if I can get out this THAR with like $100 loss, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm just trying to battle today in the limited account and get back after it. Within reach, guys, within reach, right? I mean, right now, if I take this hit, I'll be back down to 685, but I was at 945. So trying to push it. There's other Bitcoin ones that will look for sympathy. So sometimes I'll give you guys a learning lesson right here. It's always good to get the learning lessons, right? So penny stocks and stocks in general love what we call relationships, right? So what we're looking for sometimes is a big mover. Sometimes it's a 10, 20, 30, 40% runner. So we start to look at names in the industry to see if we get what's called the leader to laggard trade. So the leader to laggard trade is all about just that. You're going to see a leader run, and then the lags start to get picked up. Why? Because the algos go looking into this. They're like, if this stock is moving, where could I go looking for sympathy in the industry to get that to run? So if you miss a big mover, sometimes it's going to be important to just go and maybe see if you can catch the next mover, right? This sympathy play with that. So sometimes, let's say if it's Snap making a big rip, I'd look at the relationship in Pinterest, right? Sometimes you'll get certain biotechs and then another biotech will run, right? Sometimes we'll get an auto manufacturer like you're getting right now in certain ones. You're getting, you got Molin making a move. You got Rivian making a move. And then what's going on because of that? Well, you're getting different ones to move. You got that KXIN, which was an auto manufacturer. And look at BTCT go to 1774. So let's see if this goes into the other names and you start to see some kind of sympathy playing in. BTCS is one that I told you guys just a second ago. It was at 3. It's now at 346. This is your sympathy play. Look at the volume that's getting picked up with it. So of course, yeah, people are looking at BTCT, but the scanners are picking up BTCS also. So that's one to look at for sympathy in looking in this play. So I'd love that you guys try to play these, and I can't blame you guys for it. This is one thing that I really like to give you guys, and this is one thing that I've seen work timeless, time out, right? So instead, if you miss the fast one, look for maybe one that's moving a little slower. But don't forget that that one's the best of breed. That's like the best name right now, and you're going for the second place name. We'll see what happens out there, guys. Let's get that money. Let's go. There's only one way, guys. Got to be smart. Got to play it right. Pre-market's done me really well. In the main account, later in the day shorts have done me well lately. Man, that later in the day short yesterday on Tesla on this account really killed it. Really killed it. There was a moment there where I was up the whole account, the 1,300. I ended up taking 600 because I couldn't take too big of a profit. I had too much money. Yes, yesterday I had too much money on the account. We'll see what happens today. Here's another one, guys. BTCM. Here's another one, guys. So BTCM starting to get the lift, and the volume came in here. 42,000 shares there at the 362, 365. So they're looking for anything that they can grab with these Bitcoin. So Bit Mining Limited here. Look at the volume that came in yesterday. Someone's playing this big. That's what I can see. Let's see if it really takes off now. Looking good here off the 367, 350 pullback here. We'll look to see what happens out the gates with this one. Honestly, if I wasn't stuck in THAR, I'd be taking a shot at one of these at least. I don't know which one it would be, if it was BTCS, BTCM, but there it is, guys. They're showing up on my scanner. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to show you guys that there's moves out there. Here's the next one, BTM. You see how it's just getting picked up? This is the scanners telling me that, hey, the algos are going looking for what? For, of course, what we call the sympathy play. And there it is. Now 293 BTM pulled back, volume coming in, 32,000 shares there. And there's more. INVZ is now starting to get the lift. I'm looking around, guys. BTCT is now at almost $19 here. It's ridiculous, guys. Almost 19, man. What a rip there. What a rip. All right, we'll look for some other ones to see if they get the push. I'll be watching out the gates. CYCC, another one. I'm looking at the scanners. I'm like, yo, what's popping? Because things are starting to move. GRYP. Ooh, Grip on Digital Mining, almost $1 stock here. So if you like the real penny names, this one starting to get a little bit interesting. BTCM now 355s pulling back there on the VWAP. We'll see if it takes a move back towards 375 there. SOS making a little lift there. What's up with Coin? Coin could get the move, guys. So Coin's already getting the push this morning, and it looks like around the 8 a.m. with of course, the CPI. But look, this thing's on takeoff mode, man. So watch out, guys. Coin and Hood. Hood's another one, guys. I think that could have a really nice day. It's already popping here. It's looking strong towards 34. So it's not just the Bitcoin names. Also take a look to see these other ones. What about ETHU? ETHU, we saw it go to $8 multiple times. I'm starting to think we get a run in Ethereum. I know that we've had to run in Bitcoin. We hadn't had that same run at Ethereum. It's time, boys. It's time to look at Ethereum on the swing account. Let's go looking at the swing account here. I made some money this morning on a VXX overnight swing. Now I'm looking to go ahead and make some money on Ethereum to the upside. So I'm going to go with this ETHU. What I like about this is that I can get a lot. I can get a lot of size in this. And on the day where I'm starting to see these pop, why not try to take a little shot here? All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2,000 shares there and look for an ad back at $8. If I can get the ad at $8, I'll take a little bit more. The idea here is just to make the $2,000 on the upside, right? So looking for a move closer towards 9, but we'll see what happens there. I'll look to add some more down at 8. Can't even add another 1,000. We'll see if I can get maybe 500 more. Yeah, I can get 500 more at 8. We'll see if it comes back to 8. Looking for the breakout above this. And this is going to be more, especially towards the open. I'll be watching for this. A nice little break back towards like 890s would be looking awesome on this. Maybe even 9 eventually selling out up there. That's $1,500. We'll see if we're able to get the move here. All right, looking good already, getting into the green there. And I could have gone for the main account here and gone bigger sizing, but I'm going to swing trade this because I think this could make a move in a day 2, day 3 type of fashion. So can we get this back to 9? Can I get an Ethereum breakout? This is that type of play. BTM 920, guys, got to continue to watch it, but BTM back towards $3 here, holding well on this one. Does look pretty decent there. We'll see if it gets to move to 375, 350s. BTCM, how's that one doing now? BTC CT up there towards 838. Now starting to pull back a little bit. That got all the way up there towards, man, 2081. What a monster lift there. Ethereum already going in the green there, now towards 830s here. So ETHU, of course, is Ethereum leverage. So look for more Ethereum plays. You can just take a look at that. There's so many, guys. There's ETH, which is a $3 play. You know, hey, there's a lot of plays out there, guys, today for the Bitcoin. And you got to be watching for them. That's for sure. Tesla bouncing back today. Will the Qs hold on towards the gates? I mean, that's what I'm going to be watching. The 512. If it cuts down below 512s, I'm going to be a little bit careful. But other than that, the Qs look good here. Let's see if they can continue to grind higher. All right, we'll see what happens there in the Qs. I'll leave that alone. I'm going to go back to the limited account, see what's going on with this THAR. Man, I'm stuck in this THAR. Just would love to see some kind of pop here, especially out the gates. I'm going to be watching it. I don't expect it. At this point, it's like, it's when you start to hope and pray, man. And I'll tell you the truth. This is when you get caught. There's two options. I can cut out here for the 235, maybe try to play with the 75 that I have left on the day, and then just get out. I'm just looking for any type of little pop here to go ahead and just take it out. I'm not too far away from the action either. So like I could have a small pop get me out, right? So we'll see what happens there. Still the offer right around levels where if it takes a small little buy, it could get a little spike to like 240, 250. And there you go. I'm out. So we'll see what happens on this one. This is going to be one that maybe I get out and I make a little bit of money or no money, and then it goes to the moon, goes to like $5. I will not be mad about that. And if you guys see me mad, give me a good old whoosh, 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 right through the screen because I'll need it. All right. Let's see what's going on out there. Getting some questions out here. Let me see. All right, we'll see what else is out there. Man, what a day, what a day, what a battle. All right, BTCS now making a little bit of a lift there. BTCS, I talked about it. It pulled back 330s, holding the 330s, now the 360s. So looking good there, guys. That starts to pick up there. We'll see a BTCM starts to pick up there. 375s. It was at the 350 pullback. Now back towards that 375. Will it take 4 here? A little part of me thinking of scalping this. Let's do a scalp here. Let's see if I can scalp this, guys. Let's see if I can scalp this. This is on my main account, so it'd be a scalp action here. The problem is the spread. The spread's a little wide there, 388. I'm not going to jump up there to the 388s. If I could get a pullback on it, I wouldn't mind taking it. But the spread here is what's killing me. CLDI, looking around, bio. What's this one? Cataldi Biotherapeutics. Man, these biotech stocks. I mean, this one just did a split, so it could start making a lift there. It is pushing right now in the 260. It's gotten a lot of volume lately, so people are watching this one. It just pushed off the 250, so I'd be looking for that 250 pullback quickly here. We'll see if it holds on that kind of pullback attempt here. And here it is right now. You're getting a little bit of a pullback attempt. We'll see if it pulls back to the 9 and takes that push. All right, looking around, trying to find some more trades here. If you guys got stocks you guys want to check out, throw them up in the chat. I'll take a look at them. All right, what you guys got out there? Does Mohit is asking for a technical screener. Yeah, you still got some here, but not specifically for what I'm doing here. So if you do have one of our accounts though, and you go to the partners, right? We give you like partners access, like a free 1 month. Take a look into Benzinga Pro or Trade Ideas and their scanners that can catch moves like this. I'm using Benzinga Pro because I just pay for Benzinga Pro, but that's what I would be looking at. You need something that can scan, and really what I'm using a scan here to catch this is, I'll show you it, man. So essentially what I'm using here, I'm using a scan and I'm trying to catch change in 5 minutes. And I also have here change in 15 minutes. So it tells me that the stock is moving right now and has been moving a lot in the last 15 minutes. So that's what I want to catch. And then I look at the volume. Volume needs to be moving higher. I love the ones that are trading more with like 1 million shares, because those have a tendency of going for a bigger move, right? But you could still trade on Trade the Pool with some smaller ones. On Trade the Pool, it's a little bit easier to trade some of those smaller volume names than some of the other brokerages, and that's just because you're kind of doing that real submitting through. But taking a look here, and that tells me right there, NXTT. $2.24, moving fast there. We can take a look at that one. But BTCT continuing 2080, now 21. So now we start taking a look. Did some other ones get that run? Right? So I was taking a look right now at BTCM, right? That spread was a little wide there for me, but some of these are going to start looking a little bit better. BTM. Let's try to play a scalp here. All right, in here, scalping, trying to scalp here. Let's try to do a little scalp action, guys. I'm long here, 2,000 shares BTM. Let's see if we can get the spike here through the 315. Through the 310, 315s. Let's go. Of course, got to be in this for a minute, right? So I'm watching the action. I just need to hold the 928.47 and at least make 10 cents. So that's what I'm looking for it here. Let's see if we can get it. All right, here comes the push into the 301, 302. In a second, I'll be a minute in. And then from here, it's just 10 cents. And I can take the scalp. A little scalping action. Roland, did I trim the ears, as they say? Yes. Trim the ears. Yes. Looking a lot better, man. I needed it. It's been tough with the boys, man. The twins. They work me, guys. They make trading seem easy. I'll tell you that much. Let's see what happens here, guys. A little spike there towards the 303. Looking for the spike towards like the 310s here. Let's see if we can get that move. $3 hanging in there. Now pull them back a little bit. Looking for a little spike here. Could come back to the 290. So just got to keep that in mind. Of course, this is the main account, so I can handle a little bit more risk. But let's see it. Let's see it. A little scalp action here. I don't do many scalps, guys. You guys don't see me do them. But, you know, in the pre-market, I don't mind setting up for it. And especially when we're seeing this kind of momentum. Been telling you guys about kind of the leader laggard trade. Well, this is it, right? So let's see if the lag comes in now. The volume comes in. BTCM, let's see how that one's doing here. BTCT. Ooh, 2260s continuing. What a beast that one today. What a beast. What a beast indeed. All right, we'll see if this one gets the push there. There's some selling at 310 there. I can see it lined up there. I'm looking for the push here. Here's the market open, guys. I got to go protect my other position here. So I'm going to leave this right here, see what happens. If it pulls back to the 290s, it's probably going to get me out here. But we'll see if we can get a little bit of a spike here and just take a quick little trade here, guys. All right, I'm going to go to the main limited account. I got to go protect there. All right, I think I got stopped out in that BTCM. Yeah, on that 290 pullback, I got stopped out of BTM. So taking the hit there. LAC alert. That's one that I'm looking at, guys. A lithium name that's looking pretty good on that pop there for the 430s. This one looks good, especially for a kind of swing outlook also. So we'll see what happens on this one. LAC. I want a piece of that LAC. I like this chart here. I like the little spike there. I like the volume that came in. This was back at like 450s yesterday. Could go right back to that 450s. Took a 220 hit already, so I'm going to take a second there. But definitely, it looks good there. ETHU. We'll see if that one continues to make the move. There's 830s now. Looking good on that ETHU that I did the swing trade on. All right, looking at the SPY. The SPY's holding in right now. I might get cut out of this THAR, but that's just how it goes. We'll see if it starts to get some kind of lift. SPY starting to pull back there, guys. So we're starting to already get a little bit of some pullback. The VIX jumping a little bit there. Not much, though. I'm just going to be watching the Qs to see if they cut down through the 512. We're already approaching that downside action here. Will it be coming in here? Tesla with a rip to the upside. So that looks a little bit better. How are the tech names? Amazon to the upside. Let's go to Microsoft. Microsoft holding in right now. Let's go to Apple. Apple, green there. So not looking bad there. Nvidia's on the pullback a little bit. Taking a look at like a momentum name like AMD. Soxel. The Qs got hit hard yesterday. Will it just reverse today? Soxel trying to hold on the 3080 pullback. We'll look to see if that's able to hold on. The Qs now bouncing here. Could start making a lift. How's CleanSpark in those names? Look at CleanSpark. Big push out the gates there towards 1780s. So this one's doing well. Maybe I just picked the wrong Bitcoin name. Well, you guys see it. There's some strength out there. Keep your eyes on the action. We'll see how these Bitcoin names continue to move. Mara, how's that? Recovered 24s and boom, all the way up there to 2580s. Yes, I picked the wrong Bitcoin name, but the Bitcoin names are moving here, guys. So take a look around, guys. We'll see what happens here. Look at Mara now, $26, guys. What a move there. Up there about $2 right out the gates. That's a 7% move out the gates and pushing strong. Could take a look at some different ones, some cheaper ones. Hive just starting to get the move there. BTBT, Hut there towards 27 on a spike there of like $2.50. So big move there in Hut. Q's trying to recover there. So Q's starting to look better there. We'll look to see if that can recover right back towards the 513s. BTCT up there and halted at 2420s. What a move, guys. What a move. KMX giving me a little bit of alert, man, as that one's starting to get the move. This is a swing trade alert for me on KMX. This looks good on the swing trade, starting to work higher and could break above the 78s today. Not a bad little move there. And there you guys have it. Took the hit there. Big hit there on, of course, the limited account. So, hey, that's how it goes sometimes, guys. Took the hit on the limited account. Going to go ahead and get back towards the main account. We'll see what happens. 210 in the red here. Got to bounce back. Got to get after it, man. And I'm a little annoyed about that limited account because, man, we were so close within reach of that limited account. Got to keep battling. And really, it was this morning, that ENSC. I think that's where I made the mistake. Didn't take the cash and then paid the price on the next trade. Sometimes when you don't make the right decision, it'll come and get you. It'll come and get you. So this was one that I should have cashed a little bit earlier today, taken 200. And then when I take the hit today, it's not that bad. It's just literally back to break even. So that's how it goes sometimes. Got to keep battling. BTCS back down towards 394s, was just up there to 450s. Will they make the next move right back up? So these smaller names have been doing really well here. ETHU towards 850s. That swing trade already looking pretty decent there. I'm up 510 on that swing trade in ETHU. So it ain't all bad today. We'll see what happens with this one. See if it can continue just to climb. That ETHU, man, what a trade there. That's not a bad one at all. I'll look for some pullback there, but the strength is strong there, man. The Qs are a little bit weak, though. We'll see what happens. There's not that much strength coming in right now. We could start seeing a little bit of some takedown there. Will the VIX come back there? Tesla holding in on the 342. I'm just watching the Qs right now to give you a little bit more of a signal here. NNE pulling back today. Let's go to LAC. That's another one that I liked here. It's holding that 430s. Could still make the move back towards the 450s of yesterday's action. And that's LAC. That could go back to 5 on a longer-term breakout. We'll see what happens there. That's about 70 cents. I like this Lithium Americas with a nice little lift here. All right, looking around in the chat. What's up out there, guys? Let's keep battling. Good luck, everybody. All right, so just got to keep battling today, man. Got to shake that other one. Still doing good in the main account, so that's all it is, man. That's a fun part of Trade the Pool, too, is that we have our risks also measured out, and that actually helps us, right? Saves us on a day like today. Could have really taken a bad hit, right? Rumble down big. DJT not doing much. BTCM, has that reopened? It did. It reopened on a halt down on that BTCT. Tesla moving fast out there. Clean Spark pulling back to the 1773s. BTM did eventually do that spike, so we went back towards the 285s, then came back for the push, but then stopped right at the 314s. Let's see if it takes it again and goes for maybe a move to 320s. Not a bad one to watch. I might take it again here, guys. The spread's tight. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Daily chart still looks good there for a breakout above the 301s. We'll see if it gets to move. Just got another alert there. The Qs. Oh, the Qs under the 512s, guys. The Qs under the 512s. Big hit there on the downside for the Qs. Is the SPY dropping fast too? Yeah, we are starting to see some downside come in there. So I like the BTM there, and it started to get the spike at the 3s, but it's starting to pull back there. I'm looking at maybe the VXX. You guys know how I love trading the VIX, so we might get a shot here to take a little bit of the VIX to the upside, and it's going to be mainly about the Qs. Does it really break down here? It hit 512 and held it to the key. Now bouncing a little bit. The SPY also made a move down there, and it started to recover. BTM did do a little push above the 3 there and then came right back down. So missing my shot to play BTM here. Should have got in at 3 there. And look at the move to 314s right now. So definitely the spreading out there, but missed the entry there on BTM as I saw the overall market move alert come in there and missing out on that entry. That's going to be a little frustrating, especially when you get the 320 pop there. I would have got the money back and a little bit more. We'll see what happens on that BTM. Clean Spark, how's that doing? It's back down to 1748s. We'll see if it gets to push, right? Can that keep going? I think it's all about the Qs move right now. Are we going to get red action the first maybe 30 minutes here? I don't know, man. It's a little bit of a shake here. We could start seeing a little bit of a push back here and then a down move to start it off. There's BTM. It tried to make the move there. The one that's climbing well, LAC also. So good one on that one. I got LAC as well, Mitch. Love the chat. Hey, get it. Get it, man. GNS. GNS. I'll take a look at that one. Genius Group. We'll see what happens on that one. I haven't seen this one in a little while, man. Is this one the cartoon one? I think it could be. Let's see what happens. Genius Group trying to bounce off that 133s. Market trying to come back here, trying to go red at the same time. It's like hanging on to this 512. So we'll see if there's some buyers that step up here at the 512. If not, it could cut through and then be right back down. just kind of some chop right now, guys. So I'm trying to hang on the sideline versus taking too many trades right now, as the Qs are attempting to downside break, but there's a lot of stock still on the upside. Tesla's still holding in, guys. That's pushing. Rivian, how's Rivian? Rivian ripping, guys. Ripping. Nice move in Rivian today, guys. So maybe even the Molinator gets a push later in the day. What about that KXIN with the auto manufacturers doing well? This one could get the pop. It's been holding on the pullback. Now came back to 5. Let's see if it holds the $5 pullback and then goes back to the upside. This one made the move pretty much in pre-market. KMX, I also was watching for a 78 break. That's starting to push there, 78.24s, and it pushed well on the first action. We'll see if it continues. I think it's more about the Qs and the SPY here. Are we going to get an up move, or are we going to get the down move? It's been pulling back, and we really didn't get much pop out the gates here. So it's a little bit of some back and forth here. BTM now 313, so definitely missed my re-entry on that one. That wasn't a bad setup there. BTCT, has that reopened? I don't think it has. We'll see what happens when it reopens here. I think that's another thing that the market's waiting for. Reopen there when Bitcoin's going to go higher. We'll see what happens. ETH still holding in there. ETHU back towards 860s now, so looking great on the swing, guys. That's doing great, man. That's up, what, 690s? All right, just added on that. I just added another 500 shares. Trying to make the $2,000 today. See if I can just do it. I won't get picky. I'll still get the $9 there. $9, $1,700. I'll take it. To 860s. It could get there in a hurry. It's already climbed like 30, 40 cents. Nice $600 there, and I made 200 in the morning, so trying to push it. By continuing to hold there, now making an upside approach there. That's going to help some of the Bitcoin names start to push here. RKLB, how'd that one end up doing? Making an upside push there. It's holding in. Rivian pushing strong, pushing strong. That means Tesla's maybe pushing strong. And I mean, I'm looking around to see what else is making a move there. GM is pushing stronger. The auto manufacturers are doing really well. Let's go to the sectors and the industries. You guys know I like to focus on that. Let's take a look here. And hold on, just give me a second here. All right, guys, leading the action right now is real estate, cyclicals, and utilities. Utilities with a nice little spike today. Healthcare bouncing back today, guys. Where's the action coming in there? And I think that's important. So I'm watching here. Let's see what's going on there. It's biotechs, of course. Wouldn't you know it? Biotechs of leading the action to the upside. Let's see if some of the big boys are doing this, or it's some of the smaller ones. Summit Therapeutics having a good day. SMMT. Interesting to look at that chart, start to make a little bit of a move. But looking around to see if some other ones, BNTX. So BNTX, really nice pop there. Look at this nice little move there off the 106. All right, looking at the action out there, the Q's starting to climb back here. Clean Spark, how's that doing? 1750s, it's back there. Will it make the run again here? I mean, it's all about the Q's here, man. I think the Q's are just trying to make the break back to the upside there. BTCM, BTCT still hasn't reopened. It's down the downside there. Could still kind of break on the downside a little bit further. Clean Spark pulling back to the 1740s here. Could go back to the 17s and then make the move. SPY still kind of just chugging along, but I don't know about it, man. Today seems very, very trappy for me on the upside, but you guys know how I am. I'm a bear usually here, and so maybe that's just what it is. What are you guys seeing out there in the markets? Been looking to the scanner, seeing if I'm seeing anything there. Seeing NXTT, BTCS. Those are names to look at. Here's Q's with a downside approach here. Let's see if the VIX starts to jump here. I'm going to take the VIX here and see if I get a little bit. All right, just added it just long here, a little bit here, seeing if the Qs are going to make a down approach here and actually break the 512s and go lower there. So let's see what happens here. It's starting to prop up here on the VXX, going to add to this as it starts to move. There it goes, starts to get the lift there. Now taking a little bit more of a shot there on the 44.22s. Let's see if we can start to get a little pop on this back there. If the Qs could take out the lows there, we could get the move there. I'm watching the SPY also. It's above VWAP, so that needs to take out the 597. If it doesn't take out 597, it's not going to downside action move there. So I'm looking for the quick move to just flush some traders here. Let's see if the quick move is to the downside here. Tesla coming down also, so TSLL going to be looking good on that action there. We'll see what happens on that. It's back towards 2110, but this one's had a really good day today, so I don't expect too much of a downside there. We'll see what happens in Tesla. I'm not really betting on downside Tesla right now, but we'll take a look here to see if we can get any type of lift here in the VXX. Q's just hanging out there now, getting a little bit of a bounce here. So it's a little bit of a mixed noise battle right here. On the 15-minute, you're still holding on, right? This 512 level, I think, is very vital today to hold on today. You just slightly underticked it just a little while ago on this Harmy. So if it breaks 512, it's a negative thing. But back through 513s, it's positive where you could get some upside breakout. So just to think about that, right? I always try to give both perspectives. That's the kind of trader I am, and I'm always going to let you guys know both sides. Netflix mentioned in the chat. I'll take a look at that. What's going on, Kevin? How we doing? How's the data dog? How's the dog of all dogs? Netflix. Let's take a look here. Big push on Netflix towards 833s. I like the break there. It's a good move there. Daily has been just breaking out. It's at the top end of the Bollinger Band. Has a tendency of popping a couple times and then pulling back to the bottom end. So just be careful out there. But yeah, definitely. It's a little bit extended though. That's one thing for sure. All right, taking a look here at the Qs to see if we could start to break the 512s. There's a little bit of an approach to the 512s. Looking a lot better here for my trade here. If I can get a little spike here in the VXX, I won't mind it here. Let's see if we get a quick little pop here, take some profits, and then keep battling. There we go. Nice little spike here. Nice little spike on the first action. I'm going to see if I can take the nice little $500 trade right out the gates here. Up there, 260 now. Starting to push here. Let's see if we can get it. She's a climbing, guys. She's a climbing. I'm pushing it up a little bit further, but trailing it with a stop loss here. Now starting to make the move here, and I'll show you guys the action here. I'm trying to get the action to keep pushing, but if it pulls back, I'll take the money here. And this is one thing that I'm trying to do more and more of, guys. So push the target profit and pull the stop loss up with it, right? So you can see it's trying to come get me right now. I'm going to pull it to the 190s here to give it a little room here. See if it takes another push through that 44.40s. If it does go through that 44.40s, we can keep looking for a nice little push here. Can raise it up a little bit closer here, give it a little bit more of that tighter range. Let's see if it just takes the 44.50s here, but up 300. So trying to battle back, right? Of course, I'm down. I took a small little loss earlier, so trying to keep battling here. And let's see if it gives it to me a little bit of a continuation. There's a little spike there. Now I drag this up here, secure 290s. So you can see how I'm dragging it and trying to come back with it. So here it comes trying to grab me on a little bit of a pullout. Could come back here and grab me for 250. I could go for the 300, but I'm going to go and give myself a little room here to see if it just continues the momentum, because the momentum sometimes just continues, right? It sometimes pulls back, but I'll take the 250. Right now, 300 available to me if I just wanted to take it out at the 35s, but right now, 250s will get me out on the pullback. Right here at the 44.34s, boom, out there, taking the cash there, 240s. Now you guys can see it back down, back to $10 up. But hey, quick trade, made the money, and now continue to watch to see what happens here. It could still break down, but the VWAP rejection there is what happened. So let's go to the Qs. The Qs 512 recovery now. And so now we're getting that 512 attempt to recover. If it rejects this line and just crumbles back to 511, that's that continuation lower. Let's see what happens there in the Qs. I'll keep the Qs up for you. I'll look at the VIX on the right-hand side for me. But just watching the action here, let's see if it takes the 511 on the downside. If it doesn't take the 511 on the downside, we could see some more up action back towards, let's say, 512.50s. So here it is trying to reject the 9. The 9 is 512.20s. So I'm going to give it a chance to get towards like even this 512.40s, and then we'll look to see if it comes right back down. All out of that first trade. Nice little trade on the first action, 240. Added more data dog yesterday. Hope she will keep moving, start moving. I saw it pushing. All right, looking around BTCS, guys, off the 4 breakout towards 469. Big move there. Clean Spark recovering, looking good now, guys. All these Bitcoin names looking pretty good on that recovery. BTM back at $3 here for me. Can I finally get this one to break above the 3s and actually go to the 320s? I've been looking for it, but man, it's been a tough one. Let's just say that for sure. The Qs, though, rejecting that move above the 512.40s here, could go for another leg down here. VXX trying to make another spike there. Spike down the stops, some stops out. Could go for another spike here as the Qs go lower here. We'll see if we start to get some more downside action to come in the market here. I think this is going to be an important level. You see how it's bouncing on 512s right now. Could recover 512. So I'm waiting instead of reacting here. SPY made a quick move to the downside there. So there's the 512 attempt here for the washout. Let's see if it gets it. SPY dropping fast here. I'm going to go for it. Just longed a little bit there on the VXX. Only 1,000 this time because I need to see it go for the move. If it starts to bounce back, I need to get out quickly. You see that 512's recovering there. That's the danger area. It could start to push right off of that. $512 recovery here. Let's see what happens. Could get me out for $100 here, guys. Starting to recover here in BTM, going for the move there. I'm out of that move. Now the recovery coming back in. BTM finally going for the breakout there. 315s, 320s. We'll see if that can go for the big move there. It did go for another downside there. Now can really start to lift. Its crypto names are really pushing here. Coin is down at 328. Still looks pretty decent there. We'll see if they can get the lift. Hood. We'll see if BTC CT can get another drive. It's going for the upside. Is it up on the upside halt? Yeah, I think it's on the upside halt. Man, this thing's halting all around today. Be careful out there, guys. Mara making a move to 25.75. Can it keep going? Can it keep going? Hive with a push there to 550s. So all these kind of making big moves there in the Bitcoin. And that's actually going to help the XLF stay strong here. So we'll see what happens if the SPY can start working back here. Rejection there on that. Q's now going for the break. It looked like it was just going up, and that's how it goes. So I paid the $100. Let's see if I can go for the next one here. VIX still setting up there. The Q's, will it break down here through the 512? This is that 1, 2, 3 times. Now I need to look at this as more like a 5-minute approach. See what happens here. It's just hanging out here and trying to hold on. Could recover 512s, and then it's right back to the upside. So I think we just got to watch it here. Something's going to happen. Either it's going to recover 512, or we can go through like kind of the 511 50s and really start to let go the morning action. The bigger boys are struggling. I can see here they're all red. They're all red now. So that tells me to watch out. Grail getting a little bit of a push there. GRAL. These are doing really well, these software names. Workday doing well. Zscaler with a big push there. Datadog. So with Zscaler doing well, Datadog doing well, both of them doing well, man. So it's good to see. VXX still setting up here. The Qs now just setting up for the move down through the 511s. Still hasn't broken down. Tesla. How's Tesla doing? It's pulled back to the 337. Looks interesting for maybe potentially longing. But that's if the Qs can recover that 512s, right? That's the way I'm feeling, though. I'm not feeling like the breakdown there. Even though I tried to go for it, it looked like it was coming, and it just keeps not coming. And when that happens, a lot of the times we reverse right back to the upside. So I'm looking at Tesla as potential entry here. It's hard to get it, man. I think I might just try to trade TSLL on the upside. So 1, 2, 3. I need like one more wash towards like 2050 here. Let's see what's going on in the Qs. The Qs still haven't really recovered the 512s. So I'm moving back and forth to see the action there. And that could still be a takedown there, right? So if the Qs just go and wash there and go through the 511s, well, then the VXX will get the jump. Tesla will drop. Tough one today, guys, but not seeing too much action there. I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown, and a lot of that is based on more of this, right? That it's not moving there. Tesla pulling back. Netflix to the 825s. Could go back to the 832s. It's a little bit of a pullback turnaround look on that one. IonQ, how's that one doing? That guy's pulling back there towards the VWAP, pushed to 2650s. So what about Palantir? Big name there, pulled back to 6250s, still holding on at 63. What a monster. KXIN making a big rip there to 6. Got the 650s here, guys. So we'll see. Can this one keep ripping? It's been pushing strong on this one. We'll see, man. This one's a harder one, but big push there on the breakout from 5 to 650s. So still has a nice potential reward to the upside, but it's about the same risk to the downside, about actually more risk to the downside than the upside. So LAC pulling back to the 430s. We'll look to see if it gets the bounce there. CCJ was one that I want to keep an eye out. That's been pulling back there. NNE, not doing too bad. SMR, that's doing better. SMR at least. Q's coming right back up there. So Tesla is going to be looking good here. Let's see what happens. TSLL, I don't mind playing it. Man, the back and forth right now, I think we got to wait through it, and it's going to be here around 10. We're still seeing the weakness in the market. All right, let's see what's going on out there. Just trying to be patient right now. There you go. It's been holding that 512. Could still recover the 512s, man. It's been fighting in this 511.70s. Here goes 511.60s. Now starting to see some more downside in there. SPY leaking a little bit, but man, this is a slow leak, so I don't expect anything too much. There's SMCI with a big spike there, guys. So if you're looking for SMCI to maybe start to work its way back, a big spike could be a good sign to look at. That was a nice little spike there to 2170s. So a nice little spike. You could also play this with SMCX. So that one's a cheaper name, right? leverage name on that. KXIN now $7. So that one actually did still get the nice little push back, right back up from that 6 spot. It was at 586. It recovered that, went all the way to 725. But you saw how quickly it went down there from 7 to 620s. That's scary business. Q's still chopping around, trying to break down through the 511, goes to 511.25 and still doesn't break down. I mean, the chop is just choppy right now, guys. You just got to be careful out there. Back and forth action. All right, TSLL did make a down attempt there. Let's see if it starts to reverse back to the upside here. Just taking a look at the Qs around here and seeing what can move here. CLDI on the scanner out there. So CLDI, another one to look at, 260, trying to get to $3 today. We'll see if it gets there. RKLB, we talked about if we'd go red, that could be one to look for. Red tape, and it's starting to go red. AISP, Airship AI Holdings. So an AI name getting a little pop, almost breaking through the 350s. Looks strong. It had good move and good volume the last 2 days, the last 2 days prior to this. So doesn't look bad here. It is pushing. Could get a nice push off this 330s, 350s. We'll see it. ETHU got up there to 875, 876. Almost my out there at 9. We'll see what happens on the swing on that one. Right, looking into the overall market here, trying to see what's going on here. Man, a lot of action there. Q's still trying to recover, though. All right, now starting to see a little recovery here in TSL. I'm still looking for the recovery here as the market just seems to be hanging on, but man, it could just start to leak out, man. It's still not coming back at all. Let's see if we recover this 511.50s. If not, a close below this on the 5-minute basis could be that takedown where it really starts to come and give up. It's about $1 to the upside there on this TSLL, and about $1 on Tesla. The same kind of outlook will be similar. Here's that breakdown attempt here. There's the breakdown attempt. The VXX jumping fast here. Now it's starting to make the move here. And just as I say that, what happens? There's some more downside coming in. All right, it's leaking there. 511s might give up here. Man, it's been a little bit slower reaction on the VIX than I expected there, especially because we got so much downside, right? Remember, the downside came in when the market came back down, but it hasn't wanted to really pop back. That scares me a little bit, at least for what the action is here. There's 511s, though. 511s coming to it here. It's going to need a big recovery if it wants to recover now. We'll see if it starts to recover there. 10:05, guys, going to the 511s and still fading off of that morning spike. And now we're really fading, guys. Now we're cutting down towards that 511 cut down spot. VIX is looking good here. I'll take the shot here, guys. I'm long there. It took a little bit there. I definitely jumped up a little bit here. We'll see if it starts to push here. But, man, cut down was fast there. Could be a fake out on both sides here, right? So I'm trying to stay really close here. Continued downside. Let's see it. Here it goes toward the 45s. The Qs are still hanging in there. Now we're starting to get a spike there. The Qs are starting to recover. All right, now I'm getting a little bit more of a spike here. The 45s coming in now. So I'm going to go break even here, guys. I'm going break even here. So letting it try to run. And if it runs, I'll still stay in the name. If it doesn't, I'll get out, break even. So I like these positions sometimes, especially in a moment like this where it can flip on me. It's either going to continue going in the direction or flip. So let it just try to give the breakout there. And if it does, we're in a good position here. There's a nice little push towards the 50s, starting to bounce back here. Takedown still coming in there. There we go. Now pushing towards the 55s. Let's go. Let's take the next leg there. Downside coming in quickly there, man. Definitely trapping some traders on the upside there on the Qs. It was looking like maybe you'd get that reversal, but you just broke down now towards almost 510s now. So definitely break down there. And now I'm looking good here, guys. Almost 300 here. Let's see if it just continues to spike here and could just keep coming down here. I could make about 600 on this if it keeps spiking the way it is. Let's see it. It's pushing strong there. Now can keep going here. Now I'm going to start raising the stop loss like we did on the last one here. So there it is, now 200. And I'll show you the action right here on how I secure some wins and look for more, right? So right now I'm going to pull it back because things are starting to pull back on the Qs. Looking for the 510 takedown. If the 510s go down, yeah, we could keep going. All right, so starting to see this go to it. Don't even want to see it break the low, the 62 now. That's 220 secured there. Watching the action on the Qs and the SPY here. Pulling back here. It's going to maybe pull back and get me here. There you go. It got me, guys. 215 on that pullback. The big thing is I'm seeing the Qs start to grind back. And I honestly, the way that the trading's been a lot of the times, it could be the chop zone. So gave up a little bit there, right? Because I got out at the 60s. I had up to the 80s. So maybe 100 or two giving up there. But still in the green on the day. 110, still hanging in there. Looking for the bigger swing, the bigger momentum move right now. But what are we getting? We're getting the back and forth action. Now the Q's coming back towards that 511. If it would have been going to the 510s, yeah, I can hang in there. Let's see if the leak comes right back in here. Tesla down to 331s. What a trap on that one today as it keeps fading here and could keep fading. I'm looking for it to turn around at some point, but right now, the way the market's looking, it's down, and she goes. All right, overall sectors-wise, what's in the green? Just utilities. Everything else is in the red from the open. ADN is one of those utility names that's doing pretty decent there. So if you're looking for what a name I could look at, ADN is not a bad one in the utility space. All right, looking around, how's those Bitcoin names doing now? They're starting to pull back there. Clean Spark with a quick pullback to 1670s, 1650s. So hard turnaround there on that stock. How did BTCM handle that? BTCT back to the VWAP, $18, guys. This is the hardest trade I think I've seen in a long time. This thing is gapping all over the place. Be careful out there, guys, with BTCT. It's definitely one that can run you over. What's up? What's up? Nice trim up. Yeah, man, I got the ears clipped. Took 2 hits today. We'll close if I get hit one more time. Yeah, man. It's been a tough one today. I'll tell you that much. Got a good short on RKLB. There you go. RKLB. We talked about if it went red, it'd be look good for a nice short there. It's trying to recover 20. We'll see if it recovers. the Qs are coming back. That's what I see coming back there. So TSLL actually looking like a little bit of a recovery here. We'll see what happens. Now it's starting to bounce back here. Now we're starting to get a crossover, at least for the 1 minute. It's not a crossover on the 5, though. The 5's still pretty weak. Might come back in with some weakness here in a second. Looking to see if we reject this trend line, this 512, this 511.50s right back down. Could easily happen here. There it is, starting to leak a little bit there. That was an ugly one there. A lot of people were looking for the bounce there. Now we're fighting the market a little bit here as we're starting to get some recovery. It's trying to bounce here. I'm going to give it a second here, of course, to see what happens, but you can see the 5 minute and how it's rejecting that move to the 511.50s. Some more downside coming in right now. Let's see if it comes back for that 510.80 area. On the SPY, it'd be the 596. If the market comes back ripping and roaring to the upside, we can maybe look at those crypto names, but they're even taking a hit with the way the market's trading right now. All right, guys, let's keep it going here. You know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool. Let's see what else we got up our sleeves today. It's been not a bad day to start it off, guys. So let's keep it moving. A lot of you guys tuning in on Twitter. A lot of action. Of course, I'm sure the crypto names getting people excited. We'll continue to watch some of those crypto names like CleanSpark. If the market can recover, I don't mind playing those. But the market's not recovering right now. If anything, it's looking like potential more downside to come in here. We'll see what happens if we can finally get back above 512s. Here comes some downside back into the market. I'm going for the VXX again here, looking for a little bit to go ahead and take a bigger swing this time. If we could get some more downside to come back in, Qs bounce back. That's where we got to be a little bit careful here. But looking good on the first action here. All right, let's see if we can get it a push above this 44s here. Now starting to pull back a little bit. I'm just watching the Qs to see if it can hold the 511s. Is it going to go red candle here? It's trying to go red candle. Back up towards like the 4465s, 4470s. I'm willing to add. Just not I don't got to go monstrous. I'm just looking for like maybe 500. All right, we'll see what happens out here. Can we get the push above that 44, 45? All right, just give me one quick second here. All right, let's see what happens here, guys. The battle's on. The battle's on. The Qs. Will it drop through this 510.80s here? Will it bounce? The bounce is available to it, so just got to be careful on both sides of the trade here. I think just keep an eye out. It's going to be fast action both sides here. The leak could happen and the bounce right back towards 512, so... Man, this one's a tough one here, guys. Tough one indeed. SPY trying to come back. Q's trying to come back here. Might take that 105 that I have available to me right now. Probably set the risk here about 130 and then look to see if this makes the rip back. Here it starts to climb a little bit here, so there's a quick down move that would have caught me. So got to be careful here. Q's going red. Now back to green, so you got to be careful here. It's just playing with us. It's trying to get me to show my hand, and it did. So the big thing here is I got to kind of have to show my hand because of the way that the Qs are set up here. This is a tough one to hold, guys. Tough one to hold. It's like right in the middle right now. The Qs are just hanging on. You see right now, you can see the 5-minute red candle, and then it goes green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle, green candle. It comes trying to get me. I could double size here, but I'm just risking more. That's all I'm doing by doing that. So I'm risking the 180, which I'm still risking like a decent amount here. Q's coming back up a little bit here. That could get the spike back, and then I'm out. So if it does start to spike back, right, if I do get cut out of it, I can go start looking at kind of the clean spark, those types of names, right, the Bitcoin names. They could easily start to come back there. BTCM, BTCT could also come back, right? I mean, there's still ability for that to catch the VWAP and then go back to the upside. So, I mean, if you want to look at a name like that, you can definitely do it. I mean, there's availability there, right? So there's money to be made on both sides. I might get hunted right here. Oh yeah, they're trying to get me. Market's not doing anything, but the VIX is moving around trying to catch me out on the stop. We'll see if Clean Spark comes back through 17s. That's the look there. 17 is a good looking trade right now. The battle's on, guys. The battle is on. Weakness coming in right now, but it still hasn't broken the Qs. SPY making a little attempt there. Keeps rejecting his 511.50s. Back underneath the 511s there. All right, man. The back and forth. Holy moly. Q's starting to come back. Setting up for some buying action to come back in here. And it just won't get it back there, guys. It won't even get back above the 511.20s right now on the Qs. It's a tough day, man. Tough trading out there, traders. So just be careful, like always. On a day like today, you want to protect yourself more than anything, right? It's all about protection, capital preservation. Don't just ruin accounts on days like today. If you're not in the green, you got to be smart. I know I took a max hit on the limited account today, and that's not good. No bueno. Max up trade yesterday, though, so can't be too mad, but here comes the downside availability here. Will the SPY and the Qs break down here? Qs have it available. Let's see if it goes to the 510 again. There's some leak towards the 510.73s. Availability here to flush down. There's 60s, 70s. Will it go to the 510 there? There's 510.60s. There's a SPY looking heavy also at the 596 spot. There's 510.50s now. Seeing more of that leak come in. Let's see if the VIX just takes off here. All right, starting to get that bounce back here. Now, you could get some wicked move right back up here, so you got to be careful. This happens to me often, where I get a wicked move right back in the direction. So I'm just looking to see that it doesn't get back above the 511s now. Risking off the recent lows, 180. All right, here's like kind of the make it or break it mode here. So it's either going to kind of reverse on me or come and get me for that 180. If it gets me for that 180, I'm just down 80 and I'm looking to play Clean Spark on the way back up or TSLL on the way back up, right? So like maybe Tesla on the way back up. Those are the types of names that I'd be looking for on the way back. We'll see what happens as that can recover, and it could be a big move back, right? So Clean Spark is, of course, more that Bitcoin type of play, playing that 17 reversal back to the upside. The only thing with this one is that it does have a tendency of doing a quick move, Clean Spark. It's coming back to get me. It's trying to get me here, but yet the Qs haven't made the move here, so it could just be trying to stop me out, and it did right there, man. Just stop hunted. Stop hunted there. Came back to the 25s and just stop hunted me, man. That was a stop hunt. Now it could still go lower. That was a little frustrating there. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a comeback there. TSLL. So that's looking like it's trying to get a little bounce there. Qs look like they're trying to bounce off this 511. Man, the VXX there. Hard downside action catches me right there, cuts me out, and it could recover. That was a tough one there to take. Market's still looking red. That's why I'm not long on Clean Spark right now. So I'm just watching the action, but still not looking like it's getting the lift there. VXX could still take the spike. So one of the things that I got to be able to do is get back in on the VIX. Sometimes it just takes me 2, 3, 4, even 5 times there. So I've made money, lost money, made some, lost money. The play still is here, downside. Starts to show up right now. The key here is the SPY keeps like rejecting the breakdown. So the SPY is at a big important level. This 596. I'm watching this 596 like a hawk. Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. Wouldn't want it to break here. If I'm a bull, I want it to come back towards 596 now and go for the 596.50 now and go for the break to the upside. If not, it could just break 596, go back to 595. Just got to stay in there, guys. Got to stay in there and battle. Could have added, let's say, maybe at the 44, 30s, but that just increases risk on the downside. And then you're just more pressured in the red. When I'm in the red, got to be able to understand that, hey, there's going to be times where you take the hit. All right, catching up with the comments in the chat. What's up out there? How we doing? Nice haircut. Appreciate the love, Carolyn. Got to go ahead and keep it going. Steph, what's up? What's up? You tell about it. Not trading 50 shares on BTCT. Yeah, small. It can still make you a lot of money there. What's going on, Jan? How we doing, man? Had some rough last trading days. These wicks are sick. Yes, they are sick, and it's very difficult to trade on that action. Right now, you're getting a lot of like kind of these little where you have to be willing to stop out, and then get your victory. That's one of the hardest ways to go about it, right? So the accuracy levels come down. Scalping is a little bit harder, right? Because you're just not getting continuations. You're getting little breaks, and then it comes back. Here's one that looks good here, guys. Just setting up here. LAC coming back off that 430s. Could go for that 450 move. I like this one. It's not a bad-looking name there. Clean Spark. Let's see if this comes back there through the 17s. The Qs are trying to work their way back there. TSLL. Now coming back through the 20 multiple times. Inverse head and shoulders showing up on the 1 minute as it starts to reverse back here. Let's see if the Qs can catch a little bit of a run now and we can start to make a lift. The best part is as soon as I say that, the Qs start giving it up. It's almost like they're listening. All right, so there it is, right back below the 510s, 511s where it could cut down and really kind of give up here. So same thing for the SPY. I think this is one of those where you have to wait. And that's the hardest part of trading sometimes. Sometimes it's about just sitting there, relax, drinking some coffee, and waiting for the move. That's one of the hardest things, sitting on your hands. These are those types of days. If you can wait for the move and catch it, you can get the bigger move. So look at hourly candles. Look at 15-minute candles. Look at those types of candles to help you, what? Put a slowdown on the market. When the market's moving fast, move back in time. Yeah, it's hard out there. It's hard out there, right, Jan? Exactly. It's good trading. Good trading for keeping your mental capital in place. Yeah, that's the hardest part. It's keeping the mental capital, right? All right, we're getting a question here in the chat. Clifford. Hey, team, I'm new to the team, and I want to learn from you guys. I can become successful like you guys. Yeah, man, like always, defeat your enemies with success, and that's what you need to do here. Now, one thing is certain. Try to take it easy. I know that a lot of traders come in this and think that it's going to be one day to the next. Yes, you can make your account in one day. You can prove yourself like that, but the key is understanding what it's all about. This is all about mathematical probability. No one trader, like there's no LeBron James, right? That's just skilled so much that he just gets into the green. No, the truth is what you need to be doing is working strategy approach, process, and it's all about mathematical probability. How do you get the mathematical probability in your favor? You have to have some kind of edge in the market. So start looking into that, understanding things, and maybe taking a look at, of course, the Trade the Pool demo to just trade and learn about trading. Don't stress so much about the results just yet, especially when you're brand new. When you're brand new, it's just learning what strategies work for you. Once you learn what works for you, then start getting a little bit more particular about your execution. And that's why it's okay to start on a demo, learn a little bit, then start small and seeing what you can do. After 2 hits, securing no risk, couple of trades, waiting for target profit. Let's go. Hey, go get it, Mohi. And like always, there's times where it's going to be like, that's it. That's all you can take. And that's okay too. That's what I call mental capital and your actual capital, right? So at some point, you sometimes feel like, man, I'm just not seeing it today. That can happen. All right, guys, Qs still could break down here, guys. It has been an ugly, tough day. SPY starting to come back here, guys. Watching the action, this is tough, guys. Tough. All right, watching it here, guys. We're starting to bounce a little bit. We still haven't gotten back above that 511.50s on the Qs. So that's what's keeping me out right now, guys. So that 511.50 is an important level. You can see it here on the 5-minute. You're starting to recover, but haven't recovered, right? And so back through that 511.50s, that's when we start to see a little bit more of that bullish tune and the 512s start to play. Here comes SPY starting to work its way back. 511.40s on the Qs. I'm starting to see 599.66 on the SPY. 597 is a great recovery level for the SPY. There's 511.50s. Now we're starting to see that come back there. So now I'm looking at different trades and what's available to me. I'm seeing Clean Spark at 1670s. That's one that I'm thinking about. And I'm thinking about TSLL. I might take both here. It's more based on what I see continuation or non-continuation here on the Qs. Does it break above this 511.50s and goes to the 512s, or are we just going to hang out here? Seems like we're just hanging out right now. Let's see it. Let's see it. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's trying to make the move, but could wick right back. There's 511.66. Now we're starting to climb. You see that 597 there on the SPY. That's going to be a very important one to watch. If you're guys watching the SPY, you can see the 597 right there. So here's for your VWAP rejection on the SPY, and here's on the Qs. You're going to the VWAP. That's going to make some trades look pretty decent here. So I'm going to go and go for it, guys. I'm taking a shot here on Tesla. I'm long on Tesla. Ooh, didn't get the fill there. Come on, give me that fill. Give me that fill. No fill there. Now finally filled there. Finally filled. And I'm also looking at getting some Clean Spark here. All right, let's go for it there. I'm getting a little bit of Clean Spark there. Just grabbed a little bit of that Clean Spark. I got two trades on there, guys. You guys see them both in the bottom left corner as they start to make their way into the green. I'll look to add on these. TSLL, Clean Spark, took the trades there, guys. Long on these names. Going to try to hold on TSL. Really looking for the push back towards the 2030s here. We'll see if it starts to push. The Qs are starting to climb back, but of course, if they reject the moves that are right above the 597 holding 512s on the Qs, those are big levels to watch for me. Clean Spark going in the red there, so going to go more into protection mode there and watch what's going on in Clean Spark. It's made a couple attempts to break the 1650s. Don't want to see that break right now, so that's kind of like the level that I can be careful with, a little bit of a cut down here. Got to keep the risk small here. It's going to go maybe to the 59 spots, cut me out here. I'm going to risk $70 on the Clean Spark, and I got to be careful here with, of course, TSLL. Big move down in TSLL. Man, that was a quick one there. Quick move down in TSLL, guys. Clean Spark just cut me out there, guys. So I'm getting hit right now in TSLL. Not sure how that happened right there, but man, that was a quick move down. Quick rejection on the Qs. Definitely taking a hit right now. Setting a 265 risk there on that TSLL, but Clean Spark getting me out on that cut down. We'll see if TSLL can start to work its way back. The Q's rejected the move, and it's right back towards that 511.20s. So it just seems like the weakness cannot come back. The market can't come back right now. It's tried, but it can't right now. Let's see if the SPY can make it there. SPY is a little bit higher than the Qs, so looking to see if it leads through this 597 here. All right, about to risk off this double bottom in Tesla, but I want to see the Qs start to work its way back here. Let's see if it starts to work its way back here. The Q's looking good here now for the 512 recovery here. SPY looking a lot better. The Q's looking a lot better here. So I'm going to step up to the plate and take a shot today, guys. TSLL is my shot here. All right, here's a little bit of a pullback. This is where I'm going to be trying to take a little bit more here, adding into the pullback here. Still not seeing the continuation there on the Qs, and that's what's stopping me a little bit. I want to see it hit that 512 already. It's not hitting that 512. Let's go. Not the red could come back in here. It's one of those recovery days, but it needs to recover, right? So you can see it here. It's trying to get back above that 512. It's fighting. It's not being able to do it just yet. Qs still could come down, guys. Still could come down. Look at the VIX just sitting there. Triple bottom on Tesla now, back through the 60s, and it's going to cut me out for sure. So will we get a recovery or not? If we don't, the VIX will be an interesting play to play, and that's what I'll be watching. Those are the types of plays I'll be looking at. ETHU, guys, I'll be continuing to hold that swing trade. We'll see what happens on that. That's been doing well. So that could make some stocks start to come back at some point. BTCT is still hanging out at that 1670. It's crazy. It's made a couple of spikes, but could, of course, hold down again. That'd be the danger zone there. We're seeing the Qs reject again here, guys. So that's not looking good there for Tesla. Tesla could be breaking down a little bit further here. We'll see what happens, especially if the Qs let go. Boom, down goes Tesla. Took a big hit there. Now down 455 on the day. Got to continue to battle here. See if the Qs really break down here and if the VIX wants to take off there. It's still set there for a breakout. It's just the Qs don't really break down and won't really break back to the upside. So the chop continues out there, guys. Be careful. It seems very choppy. Very choppy out there, guys. So it's just a tough day, guys. It's the chop will get you. Choppy chop trading out there, guys. Be careful. VIX now starting to make the move here. Can we get the spike on the VIX here? I've played it a couple of times. All right, taking a little bit there. Downside coming back in here. I'm taking a shot here, guys. See if we can get a real spike here. Q's coming down, but stopping right at the bottom there. The traps out there, man. The traps. Trappy traps. Stopping right about here, guys. Right at that spot there. Could still recover, right? I mean, it's going to be choppy chop trading around there. That's what it's been, guys. So you just got to be careful out there. I know I'm taking a bigger shot right now, but it seems like one of those days where maybe it might be prudent to stay wise and stay small. Just because the chop out there is just being really difficult to deal with. It's like it's literally just chopping in between the range right now. And so when that happens, you just get chopped out, and it's more about that the market can stay, it's like almost irrational moves right now. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And as a day trader, you can get caught taking a lot of trades here, and that's just not the way to go about it sometimes. So here you guys see it. I'm taking some shots. It's just not doing that great here. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going through the struggles right now. It happens, man. It happens. Sometimes you just got to go for a little bit of a workout, right? Let's go a little bit of a workout and see what happens. But definitely taking a little bit more of a hit here. I turned the Qs right back to 511.20s. It's just chop out there, guys. The chop continues, and the market could still just climb. Could still climb back by the end of the day. This is when sometimes it's prudent to end the day and then come back. So I've been pushing it towards 11, but it's just not working out today, guys. Going to take a hit here, and then I'll probably be all done for the day. So that's going to be a big hit if I do take that hit here. It's coming back down right now. Let's see what happens here. Q's trying to come back there. Clean spark recovering. There's one that's recovering that doesn't look too bad there. It's clean spark. We'll see what happens out there, guys. It's definitely hasn't been the best day for me. Probably going to take another hit here. It's just the chop right now and the Qs is very difficult to deal with on the 5-minute. And I trade a lot on the 5-minute. So when you start getting this up to down move where it's 510 to 512s, essentially $2 move there, it's difficult, right? And so you can see it here on the average 2 range, how you're moving up and you're having to deal with about $1 swing in just 5 minutes. So that just goes to show us we're definitely moving all around, but still in the red. So essentially still red there. And we just pretty much building volume on this 511. SPY and Q still look like they're trying to work their way back to 512s. If they get back through the 512, that's going to be your area to watch for later in the day to see for that bullishness to come back. Maybe 597 60s for the SPY. I'll give it a couple of cents up higher to really start to see that drive. There's Clean Spark now, 1675. So Clean Spark trying to come back here and make a little bit of a approach to 17. Doesn't look too bad there as it starts to push higher. That's why you continue to watch BTCM, and that's why it's getting a little bit of a spike right there, and it's one to watch at 17 right now. So we'll see what happens on it. The setup's there now. It's starting to get the volume too. I might even take this one, guys. That's the craziest thing here. It's like the Qs are just now fading too, man. The chop continues, man. The chop out there, guys, is very difficult. Like I wanted to trade BTCTM there, BTCT. But the truth is that it's just so much chop. It's hard to go into another trade when the chop continues like it is. The Qs start to look like they're coming back up, Look great here. This looks good. I would probably get in there at 17. Let's just be honest. 17 would have been probably the entry there. Now it's going to 1763s, would probably be risking on like 1670s now. 1780s going towards the 18 breakout. At this point, I'd be break even. So I wouldn't let myself lose on it. I'd be looking for the move above 18s now to continue and pullbacks to 17 to hold. We'll see what happens there on BTCT as it starts to make the move toward the upside. And that's going to help Clean Spark there at 1685, 1686. So definitely has the ability to start coming back. And definitely took a hit today, guys. Now down way too big on that one on the VIX there. Just got way too big on the sizing there. Way too big, way too fast. There was no reason for me to go to 2,000 there. Should have been waiting for this move. Waiting. It would have been trading at the last kind of 10 minutes of the show, but that's how it is sometimes. BTCT looking good there. Clean Spark looking good. ETHU, I'll look for that to continue on the swing trade. At least look to see if we can make some good money on the swing trade side of things today. That's continuing to go. I'm up 862. We'll look for a nice little push there towards 9 and take that money and run. Q's just still chopping around, guys. It still hasn't determined where it wants to go. It could still come down, right? And so this is going to be a tough day. Be safe out there, traders. I think I'm just going to wrap it up here in just about 2 or 3 minutes here. There's not much that I can do for you guys right here. It's just kind of one of those days where, yeah, you're going to get chopped up a lot, man. And the market just wanted to chop us up today, and it did that, just that. Tesla's still trying to bounce back here, could still bounce back and still make an approach to the upside if the Qs really catch. The Qs still just chopping around, man, and this gets really frustrating. From pretty much 10 a.m. to now, we've done absolutely nothing. And so when that happens, it can be very easy to just keep trading, and nothing actually going on. So just be careful out there, traders. We'll see what happens now if we're able to go ahead and kind of get that action to kind of work out. But the Qs are just, it's tricking people on both sides, right? Because now it's actually going red here on the 15-minute. We'll see what happens. Just tricking traders left and right, guys. I know, because like even the VIX there starts to look a little bit better. The traps out there are really tough today. Them integrated shipping holding on right now. We'll see if it takes 25. It was a tough day indeed here, guys. Took a battle and took a hit here on the limited account, guys. Down 350 there, and frustrated on that one. Still at 550. I'm near halfway on the account. We got close to 60% this morning, and really it was at THAR. Bad entry on my end on that one. And then should have stuck around, right? Should have got out of that one. Should have took the money on ENSC. Got greedy this morning. Tried to get 230, and I didn't take 200. That was the tough one there. And then taking the beating on the downside with THAR. And that's how it goes sometimes. THAR was just a trap, and now it's starting to work its way back. But this was a trap. And the big part here could have helped me is the daily chart. Daily chart shows me that no pop holds. So I shouldn't have been trading this one in the first place, especially with that type of pop on the daily. That's not much. And I jumped at it, got caught. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me, guys. Around that 11 a.m. short. Yeah, it could come right back down, right? I mean, hey, I killed it on BTCT, largest trade of the year for myself. Hey, well, there you go. Get that money. 795 to 22. Let's go. Take that money. Can't go wrong. RKLB back to pre-market highs. It's a tough day out there, guys. Tough day indeed. And the chop continues. Look at the Qs right back down. And the VIX could still take off here. That's just how it is today, guys. So we'll see what happens. I tried to give it a couple of shots there. Got cut out. I remember earlier today I was having I got out for like a 200 win on the main account. And the main account was a tough one today, guys. We were doing decent. We were bouncing. So you see here, we were doing really good out the gates there. 200, 240, looking good. Took that 105 hit, then back at 215. Then things started to fall off right here. That's where I think, we took that 215 hit. We kept pushing, and this is where the bad hit comes. After the mental capital starts to kind of evade, that's where the mental capital starts to give. So the Clean Spark and TSLL, that should have been it for me. I pushed it with that next VXX trade and kind of more of that revenge trade there. And that 480, yeah, it's going to charge and it's going to be a little bit of a hit. And yeah, you guys see it here. There's no one else going to give you this transparency, guys. No one else is going to show you guys when I take the hits, or when they take these types of hits. They're just going to say that they're out and they're going to keep moving on and not give you the ability to learn off of them. That's what I give you guys right here. So if you guys can do me one favor, just hit the share button down below and let other traders know this is where you guys want to hang out if you guys want to continue growing as traders. Like always, we have tons of availability for you guys. Swing traders, day traders, take a look at our accounts, of course, trade the pool. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, guys. Going to wrap it up here. It just seems like it's one of those days where it was a tough one indeed. And the Q's still coming down here. The SPY still coming down. So it's one of those days where the trap in the pre-market also was hard with us, because the trap was the CPI report doing well, ripping up there to 598.50s. And now, if anything, you're still fading. You're still fading. You're still not getting that monster move to the upside, and you could still fade off on Tesla. And look at where it's at. It's just fading also. So the downside, if anything, just continuing to show up there. And the VXX could still take off, guys. We'll see what happens with this. I'm done. I don't want to even look at the VXX because it's just going to make me want to take another trade. Because when the chop is there, if there's anything that it's going to try to do, it's going to try to make you overtrade. And if you keep trying to overtrade, that's how we get wrecked. That's how the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. There's this quote that is very important, and you guys got to look at that and understand that today was one of those days. Put it in a bow, wrap it up, throw it in the back. We'll be back tomorrow to battle right here on Trade the Pool. Like always, guys, smash the like. We got a lot more for you guys, and stay tuned. There's going to be some fun stuff for Thanksgiving, some fun stuff for the holidays. So we got a lot more for you guys. It's of course Trade the Pool. We're going to keep battling. Limited account was really close, man. 1350s got to 900 today, and then back down to 5. So got to keep battling, trying to get that account. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Keep battling, and don't forget that, hey, there's not only one way. Hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'll see you guys back tomorrow morning.